Come on in. Yes, it's another edition of the Weekly Entertainment News Podcast. I'm your brother Hiram Akeem, and once again, I'm in the building. Listen, man, hit that share button. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Let somebody know we do this thing every week, a couple of times a week to be exact. Of course, when you see me, you know we got to be talking entertainment news from the Reporter newspaper. Coincidentally, Reporter newspaper is an all-black publication here in Akron, Ohio. Straight up newspaper. But when you see me, you absolutely see the entertainment part. Now, there's some things I'm going to be talking about today. Of course, I'm going to hit it from a cultural perspective, okay? We're a little hip-hop because that's who I am and what I am. And we're going to talk about some sports as well. Speaking about sports, we're about to kick this thing off. Look at this. Look at this. My nephew, Shedeur Sanders, is in the news. Now, what is he in the news for? I took some notes. You know I'm a journalist. I'm going to let you know. You know the brother broke records. He broke this huge record once held by Tom Brady. What are you saying? How did Shedeur Sanders break this here record that Tom Brady held from the year 2001 to 2020, 2021 to the 2022 season? Well, check it out. It's all about how much money was generated outside of football by using your likeness and all that stuff. Okay, we already know. Let's talk about it. Shedeur Sanders, coming out of Colorado, slipped down the ranks as far as getting drafted to the 5th round, thus causing him to lose money that he would have obtained getting drafted earlier. So now it leads my man to a little bit under $1 million, about $1 million for the next 4 years. His 4-year contract as a rookie is $4.6 million. Only $4.6 million. That's $1 million every year playing quarterback. As of what some say, look at God. But let me show you how God works. His popularity, talk about Shedeur Sanders, popularity is so huge, was so successful and so big this previous season. We already know about the jersey sales. How about the cars and collectible cars and everything else? They combined it all together. The National Football Players Association said that Shedeur Sanders have generated over $17 million, okay? $17 million of off-field earnings and money. So if you connect the million he got from on the field plus the 17.7 million, that's how much he got altogether, over close to $19 million this year with his off the field monies that he's getting, right? They said the last person who did it last year, I think in 2024, was J.J. McCarthy. He came in with $4 million. So see that gap? From $4 million that J.J. McCarthy got in 2024, Shedeur Sanders got $17.7 million off of that off-field money. And let me show you the big gap between the last record holder. See, this is when they say the record holder, that means your man, Tom Brady, was the last one to generate the most money off field. And again, that was 2021 to 2022 season, and that had Tom Brady generating $9.5 million as Shedeur Sanders come in this year, the past football season, at $17.7 million. Big ups to my nephew. Hopefully my Cleveland brothers can get it right so we can go into the right direction. This guy is a leader. The world wants to see it. Hell, I want to see it here. Listen, speaking about what people want to see, also it looks like in the news, I talk entertainment. I got to be talking about this big, huge, we're going to call it the Great American State Fair, okay? They're calling it Freedom 250, celebrating America's birthday, if you will, or whatever the hell we're calling it. But we're celebrating America. It is a celebration of our country through music, is really what it is. A chance to honor our veterans, first responders, teachers, and hardworking Americans from all walks of life. Well, see, they was going to celebrate this situation It's going to happen in Washington, D.C. as well. So all the people who was told to come and help celebrate, the people, the artists, the superstars, the performers who got booked to do the show, was told one thing. They said it was going to be a celebration for music, and it's going to be a nonpartisan situation, meaning no particular Republican or Democrat and all this stuff is going to be involved. We're just going to celebrate good old American culture through music, vibes, and rhythms, okay? Come to find out, that's not the case. Come to find out, when you do your due diligence, I guess they were doing the due diligence. Some of the artists realized that it is going to be inadvertently promoting Donald J. Trump. That's right. So people like the Commodores, Young MC, CNC Music Factory, Morris Day and the Time, all said, you know, some other people, but I'm talking about the people me and you listen to, okay? And some other people was upset with how the promoters of this event told these artists that this was a nonpartisan event, and that's how come they say, okay, we agree to do the joint. We agree to jam out and rock out for you guys. And later it comes out that this was going to be inadvertently promoting a Donald Trump thing. They all pulled out and said this was BS. So right now, a couple of people is still on the ticket, it's still on the ballot. Like Flo Rida is going to be there. I think Vanilla Ice is going to be there. You know, some people like that. So we're going to let people make the decisions to do what they want to do and do it why they want to do it, because this is America and we are free. Speaking about free, we want you guys to know that the Reporter Newspaper Online.com is free. That's right. You can check out the Reporter Newspaper Online.com at home, or you can support business and send in a subscription, okay? Subscribe and we'll send you or rush you a tangible form of the newspaper to your home to support black business. But more importantly, this newspaper supports you, the community. It showcases us as a people and some of the dynamic things we're doing around the globe, not just here in the States or here in this particular area of Northeastern Ohio, but all throughout the diaspora and in Africa as well. It shines a positive light on what positive black look like around the globe. Check out the Reporter Newspaper. Don't forget to support the newspaper by calling in the number you see and help get a subscription, and check it out online at the Reporter Newspaper Online.com. Okay, continuing with people's freedom of choice. It looks like my man Jackson Dart is getting some backlash. You guys heard about it, okay? I'm gonna break it down a little more so you guys can understand. So Jackson Dart is getting some backlash. Now we talk about sports. Jackson Dart, the guy that swags out for the Big Blue New York City Giants. He's the quarterback, okay? And I like his style, I like his game and everything. I just like Jackson Dart. But apparently recently, last week, during the campaign, I got my notes. It was a campaign style rally for Republican Representative Michael Lawler in New York last week. Jackson Dart. Anyway, Jackson Dart introduced Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States. Apparently the guy caught a lot of backlash for it. Now, you know, if you know anything about Jackson Dart, you know how he swag out. He seems to say that, hey, he didn't mean nothing crazy about it. He says, hey, my people, talking about his dad, his granddad, his family was patriotic. So he figured, hey, it was a patriotic thing to do. Now, I'm not making no excuses up for the guy. This is what he said, okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you what he said. Check it out.
You know, obviously this was a unique opportunity. You know, being asked and given the opportunity to introduce the President of the United States. You know, my thinking was pretty simple, in the fact of, you know, I've always loved this country. I have extended family members who have fought in wars. I have two uncles who have retired from the Air Force Academy and served themselves. And I even have a great-grandfather who served as Secretary of Treasury at some point. So the president position has always been a a position that I've well respected, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of political party, and my intentions were just that. And most importantly, I can honestly say that I love every single one of my brothers, my teammates on this team, regardless of politics, regardless of religious beliefs, regardless of anything that may be different between us. Like, I love them, and they know exactly what kind of person that I am, who comes into the facility every day, and who lays, I lay my body on the line for my guys each and every week. And it's from the connections that we build, the love that we have for each other, and I've been somebody who's always respected, the different perspectives that people may have, the backgrounds that they come from. I understand that we have such a cool opportunity as people, to be in a locker room where it's a melting pot of people from everywhere, and we get to be together.
Okay, and I'm black. Listen, and also another guy that they talking about, which is on the same team, got drafted in the same year that Jackson Dart has, and it was my man Abdul Carter, edge rusher or whatever the hell, super dope linebacker. I mean, what did I say linebacker for? Anyway, Abdul Carter, black male on the same team, and he happens to be Muslim. His argument is, hey, I don't know if you guys know, he actually got online and he put something underneath the post, said, hey, Jackson, what are we doing? Okay, then it comes out that he actually meant was, hey, at the end of the day, I am okay with what Jackson Dart is doing. We done had a conversation. At the end of the day, as long as, he said, I want Jackson to stand on business if that's what he believes. But also don't have short memory when I stand on what I believe as a black Muslim here in America. I stand on what I want to, allow me the same freedoms that y'all giving this guy. Matter of fact, hell, I'm gonna go ahead and play that, and then I'm gonna play something that Jameson Winston said, who's the quarterback shaper, molder. He is the guy that's in the quarterback room of the Giants with some wisdom. Check it out.
If he chooses to align himself with a man like President Trump, it's my responsibility, based on what I believe and what I stand on, to not only show my teammates that I'm against that, but to show the world. And that doesn't mean that we have to spread hate. It doesn't mean that me and Jackson hate each other or we have beef. I sit next to Jackson every day, every team meeting, we close, we talk. We just, as long as we make sure we got the same goal as a team and our goals align, which they do, and I feel like that's all that matters. So
I'm proud of Jackson and Abdul for having this conversation, getting in front of y'all and speaking what they would love. I'm proud of our team for understanding that, like, we don't have to pick a side in this. We have to understand, we have to have support for other people's, our team, like what they stand for. I'm not going to say, oh man, you wrong. Why would you do that? I'm going to say, okay, that's probably not what I believe, but I love you as I love myself, right? So I'm gonna give you some grace, all right, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna show you, hey, look, man, look, this is what happened. All right, this is how you handle this. All right, this is what teamwork looks like. All right, but being proud of my teammates being separated by the mass media and hearing the opinions of people that don't have nothing to do with this building, but just looking at a reason to point fingers at a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white boy in a black Muslim. That is what's happening to the world, right? And they poke and pry at these young men. I know Abdul say, like, we men, yeah, but how many people in this group has never made a mistake? How many people in this group has never said something or did something that they wish they didn't do? I don't know. I don't know how many people in the world can say that they didn't say or do something that they would take back. Now, I'm a person. I don't have many regrets, but I do have moments of education where I have to learn about the platform that I have, right? And the actions and the decisions that I make and who that impacts, right? And I think this is an excellent opportunity for those two young men to realize what they represent, the platform that they have, and how they're going to go about navigating that and standing on what they both believe in. I'm about to show you how you turn uncomfortable into a growing moment. I'm from a city, Birmingham, Alabama, where they blew up a church with 4 little girls, and their parents and family had to go around picking up their limbs in the Deep South. Picking up their limbs, 4 little girls. I'm from a city where a little 9-year-old girl who decided to march got put in jail for volunteering her right of free speech, for standing on what she believes in. That's history. And I believe history repeats itself. But I also believe in respecting authority, respecting treating the man and the woman as I would like to be treated. That is how uncomfortable situations and uncomfortable times help unify people, because you know them, you realize from them, and you grow from them. Right now, I haven't been a part of any openly traumatizing things like that happen. Not 250 years ago when this country came into existence, but try about 80 years ago. We got people that still live during that time. Those little girls will still be living right now. That 9-year-old girl that got sprayed with hoses and you put dogs on her and put her in jail, she's still living right now. It's a little children's book. I read this book about this 9-year-old marcher to my kids. That's why educating our youth and informing them of our history is so important. A lot of people try to push it past. You're like, oh my gosh, like that's behind us. No, guys, we living in it right now. We got a blonde hair, blue eyed white kid and a black Muslim religion black kid who are coming together and showing the world that we can come together. We can happen. We don't have to see everything. Everything doesn't have to be viewed in this perfect little snow globe, and everything doesn't have to be perfect.
All right, listen, I don't like to get political at all whatsoever, but some situations are political, okay? But I got other people to talk about that. You can check them out at the Reporter Newspaper online.com, and you can check them out here on the podcast, on our channels and stations, and our network, the Mecca Media social media network. Brother George Carter specializes in those political themed stories. I'm just the entertainment guy, and I just dabble in sports and anything entertainment. Hell, I think sports is still entertainment. But until next time, have some fun and get something done. I'm your brother Hiram. Y'all better film me before they kill me, y'all. Peace.
This has been a podcast from the Mecca Media Social Media Network.